Right then, here we are. I hope, yeah, let's get this right here. I hope this is going to be working all right for me. We have a little project here. I've shown a couple of photographs of what I am intending to do. So the idea today is a little bit of desoldering and checking things out. I have amateur radio linear amplifier with a broken switch. The little red one in front of me here is absolutely US. Just goes around and round in circles like all the others go up and down. So we need to get that replaced. So we need to undo this. We need to undo this. Take this front panel off and then undo all of those little ones there. And we need to get some tools. And when we've got the tools ready, I will restart and probably get the editor to sort it out for me. So without further ado, as I like to say, we'll see what we can do with this VHF 2-meter linear amplifier. Well, there we are. I've just managed to grab a couple of things here at the moment, so you'll have to expect whatever I do might not be quite right, so we might have to go back to the drawing board, I don't know. So we need the spanners, little tiny ones. What do I think? Maybe a 9, maybe an 8, might be a 7. So I've got that on hand, and I think that's a 6. The 7 is too big, so I can't use that. And I haven't got 6 in here, so I'll have to look for it elsewhere. Oh, we have a couple here or so, and I think it might be that one. If not, it's similar one on the other key ring. I'm getting there. Okay, we can take that off, so we know it's that one. And we're going to need that. And I'm going to need that. One Allen key, one Phillips head screwdriver just in case, one toolbox for the elevation of the job. So I'm going to have to turn that over anyway, so I'm going to be working on this side, which will be over here when I turn it, obviously when I turn it on. Oh, so big and awkward. Oh, right, that's rested against there, alright. We undo and see what happens. Also, I've got a little job I found on the back where the red and black leads for the main power from the power supply comes from. Oh, let's undo that, loosen that anyway. So let's see if this one is loose. No, get it. So, yeah, right. And there we are. That's yeah, they're coming underneath the looks, I think. Right, so we're going to take off this front plate, as I said in the beginning of time. We must have, I'll use that one. And acts as a little pin. So that's my other solder. Oh, 2 lots of solder. One's a little tiny one. Came with my solder station. Right, come on, you go in there, take this off gingerly. We want this off. That's our little plate, and we're going to be operating on this. I call it operation, didn't I? Well, it virtually is, because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be desoldering that off the board. Now, to get this little plate off, I have to undo these 5 nuts and retain the nuts and the washers, just in case. Let's see if this one's going to fit on here. There we go. I think I got that one. Yeah, I've got that one. If I have to use this screwdriver head, I hope I don't, because I know from past experience that a screwdriver head is in there, but these come into the screwdriver head, and I only have this little tiny bit of spanner to hold. So if I can't turn these with my fingers, they should only be finger tight. They shouldn't be wrenched up really tight. So yeah, I got that one. And the last one. There's always one, isn't there? I got that one. I've got a good grip in my hand, but I can't raise it. I can't raise it very far. So we'll take these out one at a time. Oh, just thought of something. I've got a bit of desoldering to do on the new, well, say new, it's second-hand one. I borrowed it from somewhere else, because to find one of these switches is not probably going to be nigh on impossible. So I've got the nearest best thing for a replacement. Being as how I've moved house and what have you, I think this got broken in transit coming from my old place to here, where I am now. That's the other plate now that we've just taken off. So also I think this little plastic cover here is a little bit on the loose side. I noticed when I was taking this off. So we'll just remove that just for safety, just in case I catch it and then knock it on the floor and perhaps run over it with my chair, which wouldn't be a good thing. So we'll just put it there at the back. Now I've got to get the solder station. The solder station is just down here anyway, but now I've got roughly to the nitty-gritty here of what we're going to be doing. So let me see if I can just slide this forward here. It comes out fairly easy, this plate, but there we are. Now this is our culprit here. Now I don't know whether I can get a close-up on that or not, so I'll just lean the camera over this way a bit. I think you can't really see the picture. Have I gone too far? Yeah, I think I did. Well, if I can get it in the right spot. Let's see my fingers here. Where is it? Oh, it's all right. This is the bit here. So I've got to replace that one. Okay. Now, it's just a little desoldering, that's going to be the main thing. Plug that into there, push it in tight, switch it on. Switch it on. Now we've got it set to go at 400. So we'll put that down over there and move the soldering iron over here and go and see if I can find the elusive part that I'm going to replace that one with. It's got to be an exact match, so, well, it's not exact, but it'll have to do for what we got. So where are you? Little switch, little switch, little switch. Oh, there it is. Right, we'll do a bit of desoldering on this. When we desolder things, I like to use a little bit of flux and a little bit of solder to keep everything in trim, like, you know. So I don't know whether I'm going to get away with this or not, or I'm going to have to find my solder sucker, and I do not know where that is. This is the solder I will be using. It's only a very thin fast flow solder, so you don't need to have the iron. There we go. Now we tin this up, put a bit of solder on before I start work. That's just to make sure it's getting hot enough. Obviously, and I hold this like as if I was holding up, I hold this like as if I'm holding a pen, like, you know. So there we are. We just dab the iron on where I need to remove it from. And give it a bang. Usually does the trick. Right, snap on. I don't know whether you've seen my other video about making the nose on the dragon down the other end of the room there glow, but it's only on a PP9 battery and it should last for quite a long time. I need to get this solder out of here. The only way to do it, really. I'm not going to bang there and bang up there. So all the solder comes out, just like that. Now I'm not sure. It looks like I will need pins on the end of here. Ouch, that was hot. Right, so tin the iron again. Now I've got a feeling I am definitely going to need my solder iron sucker. I haven't got that nuisance. I don't know where it is. Goes right through the board here. I think it's been soldered on both sides of the board, but I can see the solder the other side here bubbling away. So I might have to shelve this, you know, until I find my solder sucker. I don't know where the hell it is. I'm definitely going to have to shelve this because I can't get in there with the soldering iron to get the solder. I'm thinking of another way that I might be able to do it with some braid off a piece of coax. So I've got so far now. I'm either going to have to make a solder sucker, or I am going to have to invent one. If that's already been invented, of course, by using a bit of braid on the end, put some flux and let the flux soak up into the braid. The thing is, have I got a decent bit of braid anywhere that I can use? That's the thing, it's got to be nice braiding. It hasn't got to be rubbish. Then again, it's only for soldering, desoldering. I'm going to switch this off a second and I will be back. Oh dear, I will be back in a short while. Oh dear. Well, there we are, we're back again now. I've got my bit of braid. I presume you can see that. It's on the end of a small screwdriver, just so that I don't burn myself. Right, solder's ready, component parts ready, the soldering iron is now ready, tinned, ready for desoldering. So we're going to use this as a soldering iron, desolder, solder sucker like type thing. So we put this near our project, like, and we put the iron onto it, and then with any luck the solder should suck up onto the solder like sucker, so we get something like that. So that's good, that shows it's working. But whether it's working to its fullest capability, I don't know. I can't quite see properly inside there. I'm going to have to turn the project around, I'm afraid. So let's see which is going to be the best way to do this. Ouch, that's bloody hot. Okay, you stay down there then. It's all trial and error, I'm afraid. I haven't done anything like this in a long time. Well, I've never done anything like what I am doing right now, i.e. showing the world how to do things in my efforts. We've desoldered one, we can see that's desoldered there, so that's worked. Oh, need to cut that off there. I have fluxed this, so it acts like a soldering iron, a solder sucker, braided copper, coated with a bit of flux, rubbed on with my fingers, so it's gone all over the place. So let's see if we can desolder this center pin by using the method chosen by me, because I haven't got a solder sucker handy. It's here somewhere, I know. I've got a feeling it might be downstairs in the cellar somewhere. Yeah. a downstairs to these units. I don't know whether you can actually see what I'm doing here, folks, because I can't. Got that one totally loose. That one's loose. That one's loose. I'm just wondering whether to change the iron. I use a bigger iron instead of using a soldering iron solder. I'm doing a bigger job, so I might need a bigger tip. I see the solder's sucking up on the braiding, but it's not very easy to remove the item from the board, unfortunately. So we'll try a little bit of friendly persuasion on this end here. Okay, it's too loose. Come on, come on, come out, come out. What's holding? Is it the top one holding? What that one's loose? Like pulling teeth, this. Oh dear. I've just got to make sure I don't take the track off the board. Or is it on the other side of the board? They're nice little pins on there, look. I haven't got those little pins, so I'm going to have to make some, which I thought I might have to do anyway. That's reposition. It looks like the tracks are on this side of the board. There's no tracks on the other side. So the bottom pin isn't doing anything. It's only the top pins that are working. Oh, have I taken this away from the camera? I'm just tidying up here a little bit. Just making sure I've got track to where it's supposed to be going. Right. Now then. That's the old one. M6. I presume that's for a reason. But a switch is a switch as far as I know, so this is exactly the same type of switch, so I presume this one will do. But it's getting it on this board, because that's definitely not going to go through there, and I might have to reposition it. So I just have to solder that into place on this side of the board, or squash them, cut them and squash them and make them go through the holes. Maybe that might be the answer, because if that's sticking out too far, which it isn't, I can adjust it anyway on those nuts. There should be here, there should be a grommet going in there. Now I found one from another project, but it would mean desoldering here, desoldering, oops, There's the black one, look. He's soldering the black one off there. That's going to be difficult. So the other idea was to push all this all the way through one at a time. So de-screw this and then push the red, and then pull it back through when the grommet's back in place. But I don't know whether I've got the right size grommet, so I'll have to check that in a short while. But at the moment we got the one job that we need to sort out. Oh dear. Can you see these two resistors here? This large 100 ohm, is it 10? No, 10k or 1k resistor here and here. They are rather black. They probably still work. Brown, black, black. I think that's 1k. 1 ohm. Right, so these are just holding points on this side of the board, on this board here. So when I put the connection in, all I've got to make sure is the switch is connecting the middle and the top, or the middle and the top, whichever way round I put this. I don't think it really matters so long as the on-off switch works. At the time I acquired this out of the other project, it was working fine. Still is. So my idea was to put this here, put it there, or just squeeze it together. We'll try squeezing it together with the long nose wires. See if that will go through the hole. If not, I'll have to break one side. Right. I don't know what, can you see that down there? Is there too much light or what? I don't know. So the top one is going to go either in or not go in. If it goes in, I'll be alright. If it doesn't go in, I'll have to cut it off. No, it's not going to go in, I don't think. Either that or I'm not actually pushing it in the hole. Let's try lifting. This is probably where I could do with a second pair of hands. Oh, we are. There we are. So, yeah, that's going to go in there. So if I do the same with the other two, the middle one and the bottom one can be taken off because that's not used. So it's the middle one needs to go through the hole, and this one needs to go through, and it will. So I'll just do that. I'll solder this bottom one into position anyway. So I'll take that out. I've got the postman coming soon. I must check with the internet and see how far away he is. It's coming today sometime. You know, it's our favourite little delivery driver. Oh, it's going to come off. I can see that. It's going to come off. What a shame. I'll straighten that up, it'll come off. I know it will. It was bent a little. Just like me, I suppose. Oh dear me. I'm just going to have to solder that onto that board there and just hope it takes well. There we are. Now, unfortunately, my big fingers are going to get in the way. I'm using a bit of fast flowing solder here just to make the initial solder onto the board there and there. Oh dear. Oh, I definitely could do with another pair of hands. I felt that go down there then. Right. It's gone off. It's gone off. But I haven't played with that too much, so I need to get the soldering on. Now that does seem a little bit wonky, to be honest. So it hasn't got one of these little washer locators like the other board had. So that's got to go, I think. Yeah, that can stay there. Ah, dear me. Oh. Now I want this as is to go on here, right, like this, don't you think? There we are. Now, and there we are. Oh, shoot. Shoot. That's come on, get in there. Oh, what did I say? I said I was expecting a delivery and it comes now. There we are. The doorbell went and she couldn't be bothered to wait until I came to pick it up, and she just went. The young lady delivery driver. Now I need to know whether or not I need to put some more solder on there or not, because either that or that's a different bloody size head. You know what? That's a different size head on there. Oh, I never gave that a thought. I'm going to have to open that all up. It's just a little tiny bit out. fitting, but putting this one out of joint as well. So but being as how I can't get that one on, it won't go. This one and that one, and this is not fixable. I don't think. Could open it up, I suppose, and have a look inside and see why it broke, but I should imagine just the toggle's gone. Right, there we are. Before I did all of that, I should have checked that and seen if that would go through that hole, but I thought they were the same size. But obviously they're not. It's supposed to fit, and it doesn't. So therefore then, I've done all that desoldering and soldering for naught. Other than I found a couple of burnt components. Got very hot sometime during transmission on one of my uses back along some years ago. Might have had a high SWR or something while testing the aerial. Right now then, there we are. Without further ado, we must get on with this little project. Now, in the meantime of me turning off and restarting this, I put myself into workshop mode and had to do a little bit of a drilling. It was very fine. A little tiny slither had to come off. Where are we? Here we are. And I think you can just see inside that hole where it's silver and not purple anymore. But there we are. Well, let's hope that is going to do the job, and we can set our little plastic facial cover back in place. Just get on over there. It's not clipping in place, so I presume it's supposed to be loose anyway. So without further ado, let's get on and try and place this on here, back where it came from. Yeah, that looks right. These are the new ones. Those on there. I'm going to put the two end ones on first, just to anchor the steel plate board on the back of the I should have said on the front of the linear. The two soldered joints I have checked and double checked, and they do appear to be a-okay from the desoldering and resoldering of the said same. I will be able to tell more when I actually switch it on and carry on from there. So, but this is switching on and that. Now I don't really want to take this apart again at this moment, so I was going to do a grommet fix on this, but I think I might be able to use some heat shrink if I pass some heat shrink over it, and that might act as a grommet. I've just thought of something else I've got to do before I put this front panel on, and that's cover this up. I have found on the board here a couple of burnt, well, not burnt out, but a couple of badly burnt resistors here and here. They're about 100 ohms and about a quarter of a watt, I should imagine, 1 watt or half a watt resistors, if I can find some. I don't know where I'm going to find them from, but they'll need to be replaced, I think, in the near future. I don't know, but we will have to wait and see whether or not they will need replacing. There's a nice big 5 watt resistor here, and a good 15 watt maybe resistor here. 6.8 ohms, 10 watts. And this nice big one here, but it's the ohmage that matters, and they seem to be holding up okay, the 5 watts and the other one. They seem to be alright, but I think these might need to be a higher higher wattage than same ohms, but slightly higher wattage. Maybe 100 ohms at 1 watt would probably be more suffice than those. I think they're too small. Myself, personally speaking, I really don't know. I got to be honest, I don't know. So I'm open for advice as well, by the way. If anybody wishes to comment on anything that I do, please feel free. I am, after all said and done, a novice at this. I haven't been doing this for a long time, so I'm fairly new to this. All I know is this the best way to do things. I'm a very good solderer, always have been, ever since I was a young lad. Right, that's that one on. Now we need to get the, oh no, we'll do all the nuts up at the same time. I'll put all these on first. I'm in concentrate mode. When I'm in concentrate mode, I don't talk much. As no doubt you've gathered, you guys out there. So this is it, and the only other thing to do now is put the front plate on after I've got all these nuts tightened up. We don't want them coming undone. Not behind the plate, I don't anyway. And this one might go on a lot easier now. I've got the 2 end ones on. They all came off easy, so I was very wary about moving them little nuts at the back here. Didn't want them. Where's that washer gone? And oh, it's still there. I'm going to say, anybody see a washer fall off here? Couldn't see for looking. I lost my glasses earlier. I had to find another pair of glasses to put on to find my glasses. Where were they? They were up here on my head. Oh dear me. Let's just give them another little squeak with not too much, but oh, can't do that too long. There we are. Right, now the front plate, main front plate here. Hide everything and supply nothing. Here we are. The little plastic covers in place. That's gone on there nicely. The guys that designed this actually really designed a nice linear, but I believe the linear today is about half the size and probably double the power. The other job I'll have to do another time. I think I'll have to take the the back end off, and we'll have another look at those resistors on another day. Aluminium and steel don't go well together. The aluminium tends to weld itself to the steel somehow or other during heat or concentrated heat on it. Anyway, I haven't got a power supply here to put this on at the moment to test it, but the switch is back now. Different type of switch, but it still works, and so do all the others. So there's all my switches back on, and they should, and that should work, so long as I haven't damaged anything else inside since taking the cover off. I didn't go anywhere near with the soldering iron, but there might be something else, as I've spotted, might cause me a little problem later on. So, and twist it around here. Well, there we are. G7 KTE. Peter, I wish you all the best. You never know what I might get up to next. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for following me. Thank you for being there with me through these hard times, and all the best. Button here to turn it off.